The world number 2, Luke Humphries, in a third semi of the season, looking to make it to a first final. Well, it was a 6-1 quarter-final win over Michael van Gerwen for him earlier. Yeah, good victory for the reigning Premier League champ in the opening match of the night. While for Jonny Clayton, it was a 6-4 quarter-final victory over Gian van Veen in a top-of-the-table clash. Clayton in a 5th semi-final in 5 weeks. But can he book his spot in the main event here in the Welsh capital? Let's find out in the company of John Park and Abigail Davis.
Yes, Amar Ohid, the 2 Welsh players, are very much still here. Many people came here to Cardiff either hoping for an all-Welsh final here in the capital or thinking that maybe it would be the night that one of the Lukes would kick-start their campaign, and both of those things are still possible. The 2 players looking to claim that first spot in the final. Luke Humphries, who's yet to make a final, taking on top of the table Jonny Clayton, Cymru's number 1. But John, of the 4 players left in tonight's event, Luke Humphries finishing probably one of the standout positives.
Well, yeah, I kind of just like Johnny's overall game, especially the first half of that quarterfinal. They just looked really in business and getting the maxes, and I think it's a sort of game certainly that Luke can produce himself, but he really wasn't fully at it against Michael, and you're always happy to get a win. We'll see what develops here early on. I think that the standard will both still be 100 plus for both of them in the early going here. Tough one to call, really. We don't get to see them play each other much.
Yeah, first Premier League meeting between these 2, but astonishingly, this only their 12th meeting overall. Their first coming back in 2018, but really surprised.
Yeah, and end of May since the last time they had a tour match. So, you know, it's pretty unusual, you figure, because you know both of these guys do plenty of match winning, and you would think they'd come across each other more often. But I suppose there's a positive. They're both pretty good, and you wouldn't want to come across each other too often.
Well, if they could always play like they did in the final of the Masters in 2025, then I, for one, would like to see this contest all the time.
Well, I think that isn't abnormal, really. I think it's just them playing darts and getting the performance they need to deal with their opponent.
$140, Luke Humphries, 87.
Needs double 9. Well inside there, so Clayton, we know he's more than capable of these sorts of finishes.
This is favourite. Can't go. We won't see a ferret finger point at the end of a 1-2-1 on this occasion.
Well, we need a clean-up job from Luke here. Double 2. And not looking too likely at all, not comfortable at all. An unexpected chance, you would think, for Johnny here.
Double 16.
48.
They look a bit jittery. Can you get around it, over it? It's always tough. It kind of looks easy in a way, but it really isn't.
16.
Double 2 for Clayton.
12.
Well, I highlighted Humphries finishing from his opening match, where he was 55%.
Oh, and he's got it finally in the madhouse. A spectacular hole to throw of the wrong sort. But you get away with it, you know, and there's some comfort there. And, you know, Johnny it was so ugly in a way that I don't even think he'll miss the fact he didn't take the advantage of the opportunity. He'd be more concerned with throwing quality legs of his own, getting the 6 he needs and winning the match. You know, there is some pride up there. These guys are professionals.
140.
Yeah, it is significantly more frustrating though, isn't it? Humphries missing 9 darts at double. You've been presented with an opportunity that you certainly weren't expecting. Not able to make the most of it.
But of the two, though, I would think Luke would have, even though he won the leg, felt more frustrated by it. Just because it was his throw and he was down first and all that. So he got away with it, though. So I think it's not going to mean too much going forward here. I think we'll see a much more clinical finish in this leg. Maybe it'll be on this visit from Luke.
Well, you can't finish it now. All you need to do on 130, stay straight with dart number 1.
No clinical there. A really nice adjustment off a dart way out, but sometimes those ones, they don't look very helpful, but they give you some sort of idea of what adjustment you need to make, and these guys are well-tuned machines and can make that sort of good adjustment.
And now the Ferret looks to make his move on the Humphries throw.
125.
Well, a frustrating visit there. It does get a ton out of it. It felt like it could have been a lot more.
45.
Luke sputtering now, so a good opportunity for Jonny here in leg 3.
42.
And he'll feel a lot more frustrated about that visit than any visit he had in the first leg, because he's clearly kind of earned the chance and he's just tossed it back.
137. Luke, you require 94.
Tops for Humphries.
Games from the third
You called it, John, a lot more clinical.
Johnny
The missing 9 in that opener.
He didn't rely on a rhythm combination there or anything. He stared both those targets down.
125.
That's impressive stuff there. That's not easy to do necessarily. He means business.
140.
Well, a really slow start to semi-final number 1. But you get the feeling.
137.
Just starting to pick up a bit of pace, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the end of that first leg's always going to make the numbers in this match look a lot worse than they really are. But we could see a lot of 2 big treble or 3 big treble visits coming here.
121. Jonny require 136. $96. Luke, you require 103.
Really good opportunity for Luke here. Needs a treble. Opted for treble 16 to leave double 18, and
55.
He'll be disappointed he didn't get a crack at the double.
40.
Double 5, chasing around
Jonny Clayton
and finds it. Jonny Clayton, the finalist here in Cardiff back in 2022.
100.
Well, if he was frustrated by that third dart double to Jonny, he certainly got his own back. Luke smashing in the 180 to start the leg.
140.
I really like his game face here. So businesslike, but not relaxed businesslike, but meaningful. And I don't know if maybe that silly end of the first leg contributed to this demeanor. Wow, what a leg this is.
135.
Well, this time Luke's going to have a chance at a high out, but it's going to be to try and hold his throw. So even more important, he gets that crack at double. Bullseye
for a 1-2-7 in game, not to be. So that wonderful set of play from Clayton presents him with a break opportunity, and this time he doesn't falter. The Ferret.
10-dart leg. There's only one better.
Crucial passage of play that could be.
He threatened that earlier tonight too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Jonny really has looked more engaged of the two Welsh players in the quarterfinals. He looked like he was maybe more in business and flowing because of all the support. Price got it done in the end, and he'll be looking for more action in his semifinal. But it's great when it works out that the home audience are getting treated to see their own players.
180!
Luke doesn't care.
Yeah, that last leg where Jonny broke in 10, it was a leg that Humphries had started with a maximum.
54.
And looking to break straight back here.
Yeah, it's tough when you get broken because you didn't hit a 12-dart leg, essentially.
Well, I don't know whether Jonny got caught in two minds there, whether he'd switched to the 18s in the end. A big fat one, and it's left him on a bogey number.
Yeah, and you would expect Luke to get at least the 1-dart for double here.
83.
He's hoping for 2, obviously, if he needs them.
Double 16.
54. Jonny
Well, to pull too clear here, Abby. This is a big, big moment and a chance for Jonny Clayton.
Double 10 to do so. Well, double 5 saves his bacon.
Again.
Second leg in this match. He knows he got away with one there, but we mentioned, John,
60. Luke
Humphries finishing polar opposite in this match from his quarterfinal against Michael van Gerwen. Down at 15%, missed 11 darts at double. And Clayton has been there to mop up.
100.
Yeah, well, the first time that Jonny hit the 3rd dart double 5, Luke responded with a 180, and this time around it was only a 60 open.
180.
Well, the 3 each.
83.
And of the two, clearly at 2 legs down, Luke's the frustrated one right now. But I don't think he's quit or given up, but he realizes there's urgency.
Yet again, the Ferret leaving his favourite finish.
Which he doesn't have to attack that way. He'll probably just get on with it, though. Oh, there we go. Double 14.
93.
You know, and you hope you come back and clean that up, but it's sometimes an argument just for not going for it because you're going to get on a double that might become problematic.
He does tidy it up. A 13-dart leg for Jonny Clayton. The player at the top of the Premier League table is looking pretty good to reach another final.
140.
I get your argument for not going for the 1-2-1, but it's Jonny Clayton.
And we're in Cardiff. He wants to please them, definitely. I mean, I don't think I was being rather theoretical in thinking that it was more as an example for players learning to play the game in certain situations. You have to think with your, you know, what the other guy's doing, and you want to make sure you come back to something nice.
100. $140. 180. Jonny 161.
And again, he doesn't have to get this.
59.
Well, that makes the leg a lot more interesting for Luke here to stay alive. He can reasonably expect to come back and clean up if he leaves tops, which he's done. But it's 102 to end it. Treble 17.
52. Luke, you require 40.
Break of throw here as well if he gets it. Could all start going his way, but he needs to get it, and he just squeezed it in there somehow, some way past those other two barrels.
Ninth leg, Luke to Humphries.
And he's absolutely focused on the job at hand. He wouldn't even look at Jonny walking back, and Jonny was going to say nice start, whatever. He didn't care. He's, I got a job to do here. Get out of my way.
Yeah, I can't imagine compliments like that mean a great deal when you're 5-3 down, and you're not overly happy with your performance.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're the one, it's just hit like you almost feel like it's condescending because well, you're that far ahead of me that like you can celebrate me hitting a double. Yeah, it's not a great thing. Sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes it isn't. I don't think that was meant badly. Jonny's just a hell of a nice guy in general, but yeah, sometimes I think Luke was quite correct to stay very focused and in that persona that I'm all business right now. I'm not involving myself with you in any way, shape, or form, even if it's meant in the best of spirits.
100.
Well, he's shaking his head. He may have got that break back.
Another 180 would be so good, and it is.
180.
And he'll get a chance for that 1-3-4, but he might need to get it.
137.
Again, tremendous setup play from Jonny Clayton. Leaves himself on a single to double
94.
to reach the final here in Cardiff.
12.
Ooh, that's a bit of a shocker. Not even close. Well, this would make everyone very happy here. Not.
Well, those match darts were closer to Merthyr.
This is, he's up 5-4, but this is his throw, and it's almost a must-win leg for Jonny in a context. Having the backup of playing second in the deciding leg really isn't much assurance. So it's up to Jonny here to rectify, make up for how he missed those two match darts and get this job done now.
96.
In my mind, he's not one to carry a lot of baggage leg to leg, shot to shot, so I think he's okay that way. He just goes about 95. Throwing a game of darts.
And also, yes, Humphries has worked his way back into this match, but he's not produced one of those spells to do it.
Oh, well, and it always kind of harkens back to there's a consistency about him that keeps him involved in matches, no matter what he's doing.
97.
It still feels like Jonny Clayton is in control of what happens in this contest.
Well, he is now. He has 6 starts for that 114.
114.
It's all about the setup now. Will be returning.
Yeah, and sometimes knowing you have time just messes with your focus.
Yeah.
You think it's good you could relax a bit, but it doesn't help.
135. Jonny required 56.
Well, the first 2 match darts were wayward, but Jonny Clayton wraps up things in the semi-final. Jonny Clayton is still here. The player sat top of the Premier League table. What a dream it would be for him to win here in Cardiff. The dream of an all-Welsh final. Well, it is still on. Will we be treated to it? Gerwyn Price, the nightly winner here in 2023. He's up next against Luke Littler, and we can hear from the Welsh number 2 now.